Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball is on the air tonight from Oelwein Field in Decorah. It's the Oelwein Huskies and the Decorah Vikings. These two teams got together on the second Tuesday of June and split a doubleheader in Oelwein, with the Vikings winning game one of the doubleheader 11-7, and the Huskies coming from behind to win game two by a 4-3 margin. Oelwein sits at 6-10 right now. 2-5 in Northeast Iowa Conference play. Decorah 11-9 overall and 5-6 in conference play. Glad you're with us tonight. My name is Darren Swenson on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.com. It's a muggy and it has become an overcast night here in Decorah, and this is the way the Huskies will line it up. Jared Ladeberg is the center fielder. Troy Rao is the right fielder. Tanner Rising, the catcher. Tony Rex at third. Austin Arndt, the shortstop. Ethan Fink at first base. Kyle Wodraska, the designated hitter, for the pitcher Evan Suko. Jonah Woodward at second base, and Brennan Ryan in left field. And that lineup will face Colin Nimrod, 5-3, a 158 ERA. And opponents hitting 168 against him. One of his 5 wins has come against the Oelwein Huskies. Ladeberg swings the first one, grounds one towards first. It's fielded there by Jake Marlowe. He'll run to the bag. One pitch, one out here in the first inning. The defense for Decorah: Cole Minks in left, Jake Hovden in center, and Trevor Phillips in right tonight. Tyler Dostal at third, Brett LaRue at short, Andy Sinkink at second, and Jake Marlowe at first. Caleb Qualley behind the plate, and Colin Nimrod on the hill. A curve for a strike to Troy Rao, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Rao at 378. 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 10 RBI. Next pitch, a fastball outside for 1 ball, 1 strike. Rao was 3 for 7 against Viking pitching in Oelwein. Had a double and 2 RBI. The 1-1 delivery swung on, grounded left side, backhand stop made by Brett LaRue. He winds up and throws to first base to retire Rao, and there is 2 down here in the inning. So a couple of ground balls has retired the first 2 Husky hitters, and the batter is Tanner Rising. He tore up the Vikes in the doubleheader in Oelwein. 6 for 7, 2 doubles, and 4 RBI. Rising at 408 for the season. 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 14 RBIs. A curveball doesn't curve, and Rising gets hit by the pitch. He becomes the game's first base runner. He'll be at first with 2 down here in the inning. Our friends in blue tonight: Ryan Eklund behind the plate and Nick Willenborg on the base pass. Runner at first, 2 down for Tony Rex, 211 hitter, no extra base hits, and 10 RBI. Rex was 1 for 7 against Viking pitching in Oelwein. He swings at the first one, fouls it right side, not a play. No balls and 1 strike. This is the first game after Decorah has gotten its postseason groupings. As the pitch goes outside from Nimrod to the right-hand hitting Rex. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The 6 Northeast Iowa Conference schools in 3A, as well as Independence and West Delaware, will be in the grouping. A smoker down the first base line, but foul. Past a lunging Jake Marlowe at first base. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tony Rex. And as the evening goes by, we will tell you about those standings that we just calculated prior to tonight's action. A ball and 2 strikes on the right-hand hitting Rex, and the 1-2 delivery is inside for 2 balls, 2 strikes. Callan got the win in the first game of the doubleheader against Oelwein. 7 innings, 8 hits. He gave up 7 runs, but only 3 were earned. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. The pitch swung on a chopper to the right side. Charging at second is Sinkink. He picks it up and throws to first base to retire Rex and the side here in the first inning. So a hit by pitch and a runner left. 1/2 inning done. Oelwein nothing. Decorah coming to bat, and the Vikings will bat this way. Leading off the pitcher, Colin Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third, the shortstop, Brett LaRue. Batting fourth at first base is Jake Marlowe. Hitting fifth, the catcher, Caleb Qualley. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, Gabe Varney. Varney batting for the left fielder, Cole Minks. Hitting 7th at second base, Andy Sinking. Hitting 8th at third base, Tyler Dostal. And batting 9th in right field is Trevor Phillips. That lineup will face Evan Suko, who is 3-1 with a 3.28 ERA. The junior right-hander has thrown 21 and a third innings, giving up 26 hits, 10 runs that have been earned, 6 walks and 11 strikeouts. He got the win in the 4-3 win for Oelwein in the second game of the doubleheader down in Oelwein. He threw 7 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He'll have this defense behind him. Brennan Ryan in left, Jared Latteberg in center, Troy Rao in right, Tony Rex at third, Austin Arndt at short, Jonah Woodward at second, Ethan Fink at first, behind the plate Tanner Rising, and Evan Suko will be on the hill. The Viking offense has been struggling with only 3 runs scored in their last 3 ball games. They only had a single tally a week ago tonight against Charles City. They were shut out Monday night against New Hampton and only got 2 on the board against Crestwood in the loss on Wednesday afternoon. For the last 5 games, Decorah has scored 2 runs or less. Colin Nimrod starts things here in the bottom of the first inning. A .390 hitter, 9 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs, and 12 RBI. First ball swinging is Nimrod. He'll foul one away. No balls and 1 strike. Nimrod was 3 for 8 with a triple against the Huskies in Oelwein. The last few games, the top of the order has struggled for Decorah, and really when that top of the order struggles, the Vikes haven't shown a lot of consistency offensively as that one smacked into center and a base hit. Colin Nimrod with an RBI, or a leadoff single, I should say, to start things here in the bottom of the first inning. Runner at first, nobody out. And the batter is Jake Hovden. 443, 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 14 RBI. Hovden against the Huskies in Oelwein was 5 for 8 with 2 RBI. Rex in on the grass at third. Fink holds the runner on at first. Good lead by Nimrod. He'll stay put as Hovden tries to push bunt and bunts through the first offering from Suko. No balls and 1 strike. Rex remains up at third base. Suko comes to the pause, and the pitch is low. It is 1 ball, 1 strike on Hovden with Brett LaRue to follow here in the bottom of the first inning. Nimrod, a little better lead at first base this time. Suko comes to the pause. Runner stays put. Hovden bunts up the third base side. Once again, charging there is Rex. He'll pick it up and throw to first base with Fink covering. And Hovden will get a sacrifice. 5-3. Nimrod at second, 1 down, and Brett LaRue, the batter, at 476. 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 9 RBI. LaRue was 2 for 8 with an RBI in Oelwein. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. Suko comes set, looks back at second, and the pitch, a fastball up to LaRue. 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes have dropped 3 of their last 5. The Huskies in a bit of a slide as well. They have lost 4 of their last 5, including their last 3 consecutively. A whirl and a throw to second base. Nimrod back standing to the bag. Count remains 1 ball and no strikes on Brett LaRue. A runner in scoring position early on for Decorah. Vikings left 9 runners on base on Wednesday afternoon against Crestwood. A long pause by Suko. He'll bring to the plate with the 1-0, and it's fouled off straight back and out of play, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Huskies are the only team to knock off the conference-leading New Hampton Chickasaws thus far. That happened back on the 5th of June, a 3-1 victory in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Pitch goes low, 2 balls and 1 strike. New Hampton, though, won the season series against Oelwein. They won on Wednesday night 3-2 in New Hampton. All 3 of those runs were games decided by 2 runs or less. Suko with the pause. LaRue asked for time. Ryan Eklund grants it as Suko started his motion and just brought it to the plate nonetheless. As Elliot Christian gets a fly, 2 balls, 1 strike count. The 2-1 is low, missed on the fastball. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. I've never given play-by-play to insect cruelty before, but thanks for giving me that opportunity there, E-Train. 3 balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Looper towards shallow left. Still on the infield dirt is Austin Arndt. He will make the catch at his shortstop position. And there's 2 down here in the inning. Runner at second, 2 down, and Jake Marlowe will be the batter, right-hand hitter.
Now Jake Marlowe.
He was 2 for 6, but did have 4 RBI against the Huskies back on June the 9th. He's a 300 hitter, no extra base hits, and 10 RBIs. 40% of them have come against Oelwein. Suko with a long pause, and the pitch to Marlowe missed low. 1 ball, no strikes. It was a sunny sky when we started the JV game tonight. Clouds dominating the sky at the moment. The 1-0 delivery swung on, hit well towards center field. Latterberg after it. He can't get there. It's 1 hopping against the fence. Marlowe hits first. He will head to second and slide in with a double as Nimrod scores. It's a 1-0 lead for Decorah. That's the first extra base hit of the season for Jake Marlowe. And he knocks home his 11th run of the season, with 5 of them coming against Oelwein. A 2-out run for the Vikings, and Caleb Qualley will look to add to it. Qualley at 288, no extra base hits, and 11 RBI on the season. Qualley has 4 of his 11 RBI against the Huskies. First pitch inside to the Viking right-hand hitting catcher. 1 ball, no strikes. Suko in for the sign from Tanner Rising. Comes set. Takes 2 looks back at second base on the 1-0. Bloop towards second. A diving attempt and a catch at first base by Ethan Fink. Fink caught that about halfway between first and second base on the infield grass, shy of the infield dirt. So that'll do it for the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We are 1 inning complete. Decorah leads it by a 1-0 margin. One nothing Decorah. Second inning we go. Austin Arndt, Ethan Fink, and Kyle Wodraska for Oelwein. Colin Nimrod hit a batter with 2 outs, but nothing else in the first inning. A pitch swung on and missed to the 273 right-hand hitting Austin Arndt. It's no balls and 1 strike. Arndt was 2 for 7 against Viking pitching in Oelwein. Nimrod's fastball misses high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Vikes get a 2-out double from Jake Marlowe to score Colin Nimrod in the bottom of the first inning to make it 1-0. Curveball misses inside for 2 balls, 1 strike on Austin Arndt. The pitch rolled towards second, picked up by Sinkink on 1 knee. He'll throw to first base to retire Arndt. And 4 ground balls have retired for the 5 hitters that Nimrod has faced to this point. 1 down, nobody on for Ethan Fink, a 265 hitter, no extra base hits and 4 RBI. One of those RBI has come against Decorah. He was 1 for 6 in the doubleheader. Curve for a strike taken on the outside edge to the right-hand hitting Ethan Fink. No balls and 1 strike. Nimrod trying to pick up his second win against the Huskies. The pitch swung on and missed. Fink tried to hold back. He might have held up, but it was taken for a strike nonetheless. So win-win situation for the Vikes there. 0-2. Pitch inside edge, strike 3 called. Nimrod gets his first strikeout, and there is 2 down here in the second inning. 2 down, nobody on for Kyle Wodraska. 3 for 22 on the season. That calculates out to 136. He does have 2 RBI. He did not bat against the Vikings in Oelwein. The first pitch low as the Sun back out at Oelwein Field. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 Decorah as we play the top half of the second inning. The 1-0 delivery swung on and missed. Breaking ball down and in is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. Little number up the first base side, fielded there by Nimrod. He'll apply the tag to Wodraska, and the side is out here in the top of the second inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Huskies. We head to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Decorah. Friday night baseball in Decorah. Decorah leading Oelwein 1-0, trying to win the season series against Oelwein. We mentioned earlier that the postseason pairings have come out for Class 3A Substate number 3. And that substate will feature the 6 3A Northeast Iowa Conference teams as well as Independence and West Delaware. If you're unfamiliar with it, the way they seed it, as Gabe Varney steps in, 288 hitter with 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 8 RBI. 3 for 7 with a double against the Huskies thus far. Suko into the windup and the pitch low to Varney. 1 ball, no strikes. A win over a 4A team gets you 4 points. A 3A team gets you 3 points. A 2A team gets you 2 points. And a 1A team gets you 1 point. The 1-0 delivery swung on, smacked toward short, a backhand stop on 1 hop made by Arndt. He'll throw across the diamond to retire Varney. 1 down here in the second inning. 1-0 Decorah for Andy Sinkink, 222. A double, no triples, no home runs, and 7 RBI. 1 for 4 with an RBI against the Huskies this year. You calculate your points out, and you divide that by the number of games that you have played. And that's how you determine your seed. The pitch goes low to Sinkink, 1 ball, no strikes. As of this moment going into tonight, Waverly Shellrock is the top seed in the district at a 2.68. West Delaware second at 2.45. The pitch goes low, 2 balls, no strikes. Decorah is the 3rd seed at the moment with a 1.45. Charles City 4th, a 1.33. Oelwein 5th, a 0.4 or a 0.94, I should say. Next pitch misses low. It's 3-0 on Sinkink. Then Independence a 0.92, Crestwood a 0.74, and Walk On a 0.56. You can be seeded up to your 25th game or the games through next Friday. As the 3-0 taken for a strike on a curve, it's 3-1 now on Sinkink with Dostal to follow here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Decorah with the lead. Suko delivers, and the 3-1 hammered towards right center field and a base hit. He got that one by Suko. Now Andy is hustling towards second base, and he's going to be in at second with a head-first slide. Sinkink was thinking 2 bases the whole time that time, as Rao and Latteberg kind of nonchalantly went after the ball. And Sinkink takes an extra 90 feet. He'll be at second with 1 down. Good hustle play by Andy Sinkink. That's what we talk about, the little things in baseball that you just love. Right there was one of them as the pitch goes high to Dostal. 1 ball, no strikes. Dostal at 147, no extra base hits and 4 RBI. He was 2 for 5 with an RBI against Husky pitching on the 9th of June in Oelwein. 1 ball, no strikes with 1 down. Dostal spurs to bunt again, takes a curve low for 2 balls, no strikes. Continuing with the 3A Sub-State 3 standings, what they do is the top 2 seeds will be the host schools for games on Friday night, July 17th, and Monday night, July the 20th. The pause, the 2-0, fastball outside edge for a strike, it's 2-1. The top 2 seeds will be separated, and then they will divide them up after that. There's no guarantee that it'll be 1, 8, 4, 5, 2, 7, 3, 6. They take geography into account with that. The 2-1 delivery missed it, or caught the outside edge for a strike. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tyler Dostal. Good location outside edge to the right-hand hitting Dostal. Count even at 2 now to the Decorah third baseman. 1-0 Decorah here in the second inning. 2-2 in the pitch. Fisted foul. First base side taking a peek is Fink, but it lands on the roadway heading up to the football stadium. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trevor Phillips in the on-deck circle. 1-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the second inning. The pause, 2 looks at second by Suko, and the pitch fastball up to Dostal. It's now 3-2. Again, talking about postseason, as of right now, Decorah will not be here on Friday night, July 17th. 3-2 the count with 1 down, pitch inside edge for strike 3 called. A fastball caught the corner on the inside edge as Suko gets his first strikeout. 2 down, a runner at second. And the batter is Trevor Phillips, and a 1-0 Decorah lead in the bottom of the second inning. Phillips at 111, no extra base hits and 5 RBI. The Vikings did get their lone run with 2 outs in the first inning. The pitch to Phillips, a fastball up, 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod got on. He was sacrificed to second and out later. Marlowe hit a double that was 1 hop and against the fence in center field. The pitch low, or caught the corner, I should say. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. And we've got some lightning off in the distance. I thought that was a streak of lightning, but 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Phillips. The pitch swung on, fouled away. Right side, not a play. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now on Phillips. Decorah trying to take advantage of the 1-out double by sinking. One and 2 with 2 down here in the inning. A 1-0 lead for Decorah. Suko comes set, takes 2 looks back at second base, takes a 3rd look now, and brings it to the plate, and a fastball goes high. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trevor Phillips. There's some ominous skies off to the north, but the sun is shining on the field as we speak. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch swung on and missed. Suko gets the strikeout, and the side is out here in the second inning. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We are 2 innings complete. Decorah leading Oelwein by a 1-0 margin. A 1-0 lead for Decorah as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Hitters 8, 9, and 1 due for Oelwein. We did hear some thunder off to our north a few moments ago. Jonah Woodward, who's 3 for 11 on the season, bunts up the third base side and it goes foul. It is no balls and 1 strike in between innings. Adam Riley, athletic director, went out and talked to both umpires. And looking at radar right now, there is a small cell that is in northeastern Wenatchee County. It is red and yellow intensity on the radar. but there is nothing behind it really as Woodward bunts third base side, picked up there by Dostal. He'll throw to first base and retire Woodward. One down here in the third inning. Brennan Ryan, 277 hitter, 1 double, no triples, no home runs, 3 RBIs. 1-0 Decorah. Top half of the third inning. Jake Marlowe 2-out RBI double scored Colin Nimrod in the first. Ryan tried to hold up on a curveball. Instead took it for a strike. It's 0-1. Nimrod hit rising in the first inning. That is his only blemish to this point. Decorah out hitting Oelwein 3-0. The 0-1 delivery. Curveball, and it grazed the jersey of Ryan. So Ryan becomes the second batter that Nimrod hits the first time through the order. 1 on, 1 out for Jared Latteberg. The left-hand hitting leadoff hitter grounded to third, or rather to first on the first pitch of the game. Pitch a little low. Got away from quality to his right, but not enough to warrant runner advancement. And it's 1 ball and no strikes, and we just saw some lightning, and we are going to have ourselves a delay. There's some lightning in the northeast as we look to the northeast, and there's the thunder to follow it, and the teams have been pulled off the field. 1 on, 1 out, a 1-0 count on Jared Latteberg, and Ryan Eklund, the home plate umpire, just pulled the teams off the field due to a lightning delay here at 7:56. The teams have been pulled off, so I will... For now, we will send it back to the station. We'll check back in with you at around maybe 8:15, 8:20 in there, and we'll give you an update at that time. So after a 42.5-minute rain delay, we are back to action. Jared Latteberg swung at the first pitch, and it was run down in right center by Jake Hovden. There's now 2 down in the inning. It's a 1-0 lead for Decorah here in the top of the third. Troy Rao looks the first one low. 1 ball, no strikes. Rao grounded to short in the first, 0 for 1. Next pitch, low again from Nimrod. It's 2 balls, no strikes. A 1-0 lead for Decorah. Jake Marlowe RBI double to score Colin Nimrod in the first inning. The difference thus far is that one smacked foul up the third base side. It is 2 balls, 1 strike on Rao. Elliott said it was a 42-minute delay. I said it was a 43-minute delay, so we compromised on 42.5. As the pitch goes outside, snap throw to first base, and back to the bag standing is Brennan Ryan. Colin Nimrod is facing his 11th man. He's hit 2. He has struck out 1. Ground balls have been rolling for Nimrod. He has 6 ground ball outs of the 8 outs recorded. Here's ground ball towards the left side. Fielded that short by LaRue. He'll throw on to first base to retire Rao. And that's that for the top of the third. A hit batter and a runner left. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. It is 1-0 Decorah leading Oelwein. Bottom of the third inning. Time to look at next week broadcast-wise. We'll be off on Monday night. Tuesday night, we'll head to Walk-On for a Northeast Iowa Conference doubleheader. Decorah and Walk-On beginning at 5:30. Wednesday night, a very talented Waterloo Columbus squad is coming to town to take on the Vikings. We'll have that for you at 7:30. Thursday night, we'll head to Charles City for Decorah and Charles City in softball for a conference doubleheader beginning at 6 o'clock. And then on Friday night, we'll have a baseball doubleheader at Waverly Shellrock. 5:30 start time for that one. And all of those games available on AM 1240 KDC and at KDCRadio.com. 43-minute rain delay, and Colin Nimrod will bat here in the bottom of the third inning. He singled and scored in the first inning, which was now over an hour ago as Nimrod looks at a strike, 0-1. Colin scoring on the Jake Marlowe RBI double in the first inning. The 0-1 delivery from Suko, a fastball up. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. That cell that affected us was a very isolated cell. It was basically the only thing that was around on radar in about a 50-mile stretch. The 1-1 delivery to Nimrod, smack towards left on a base hit. So Colin now 2 for 2. Colin was in a little bit of a funk. He had a couple of ropes over at Crestwood the other night that were run down by Garrett Steffen in right field. But tonight he is 2 for 2. Jake Hovden sacrificed a runner-up in the first inning. So no official at bat for him. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the third, Decorah up 1-0. Decorah now with 4 hits. 2 of them have been doubles. Nimrod, a good lead at first base. Rex in on the grass at third. The pitch to Hovden bunted right in front of the plate. Fielding is Suko. He'll throw to first base, and the throw is wild. Nimrod hitting third base, getting a stop sign from Coach O. Hovden goes to second. So give Jake a sacrifice, and an E1 will put runners at second and third. And Brett LaRue will bat with nobody out and 2 runners in scoring position. A 1-0 lead for Decorah. First error of the night for either squad. LaRue popped a short his first time up, 0 for 1. Infield up at the corners, halfway up the middle. LaRue, the right-hand hitter against the right-hander Suko. As the pitch, it goes low. Blocked by Tanner Rising behind the plate. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Away from third, Nimrod. Away from second is Hovden. The 1-0 delivery, smack towards left center field, and that will be a base hit and go all the way to the fence. Nimrod and Hovden will score almost simultaneously on a 2-run double by Brett LaRue and a 3-0 lead for Decorah. LaRue with double number 4, RBIs 10 and 11 on the year. So the top of the order, which had struggled over the last 3 games, starting to have some success once again. Of the 6 at-bats from the top 3 men in the order, they've been on base 4 times, and there's been 1 sacrifice as Marlowe bunts up the third base side, but foul. It snowballs and 1 strike. Marlowe had an RBI double with 2 outs in the first inning. 3-0 lead for Decorah as we play the bottom of the third. 5 hits for Decorah, and 3 of the 5 have been for extra bases. That's well above the season ratio when it comes to extra bases. Marlowe squares to bunt again, and that one got him high and tight. And that one might have gotten Jake in the facial area as Coach Olenczak's going to walk across the diamond to check on Jake. Trainer Kelly Ruckert will come out and check on him as well. Connor Doyle assessing the situation as well. Marlowe was hit by a pitch. And in that bunting situation, sometimes you're taught to throw it a little high and tight because that's a tough pitch to handle. Marlowe is pointing that it hit him like right around the collarbone area and right around the neck area. Kelly Ruckert
Trainer assessing the situation at first base. It'll be first and second. Still nobody out in the third inning. We mentioned 3 of the 5 hits for Decorah have been for extra bases. Coming into tonight, Decorah had 159 hits on the season, and only 22 have been for extra bases. Marlowe gets the okay from trainer Kelly Ruckert. Coach O walks across the diamond to go back into the third base coaching box. It'll be first and second with nobody out in the third, and Caleb Qualley will be the batter. He popped to first in the first, 0 for 1. 3-0 the score. Qualley bunts up the first base side. Barehand pickup made by the first baseman Fink. He'll throw to Woodward, the second baseman covering first. The sacrifice complete, 3-4. So Caleb gets his job done. LaRue moves to third. Marlowe moves to second. And Gabe Varney will bat with 2 runners in scoring position. Varney grounded to short his first time up. Infield up the corners. In fact, they're up at third, short, and first, and they're back at second as Varney looks at the first pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. Varney already the 6th man to bat this inning. Brett LaRue with the 2-run double earlier this frame to extend the lead to 3-0. Pitch inside corner for a strike on a breaking ball from Suko. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Suko out of the stretch. The 1-1 delivery missed, or caught the outside corner rather. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3 runs, 5 hits for Decorah. No runs, no hits for the Huskies to this point. Suko with the pause. And the pitch swung on a fly ball foul over towards the county jail. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on the junior designated hitter for Decorah. The pause and the 1-2 rolled to the left side, fielded at short by Arndt. He'll throw on to first base to retire Varney. LaRue scores on the play to make it 4-0 as Varney knocks in his 9th run of the season. Marlowe moves to third as the throw went across the diamond. And the batter is Andy Sinkink. He doubled to right in the second inning, and it was a hustle double as he got one by the pitcher and it went into right center field. A nonchalant effort between the center fielder and the right fielder for the Huskies as the first pitch goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Andy was thinking 2 the whole way and made it to second base. 1 ball, no strikes. Marlowe at third with 2 down. 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. Healthy cut, no contact from Sinkink. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Vikes have added 3 of their total here in the third. They lead it by a 4-0 margin. The 1-1 delivery, fastball outside edge for a strike, and it's 1-2 now on Sinkink. 1-2 the count. The pause by Suko, a look towards third. The 1-2 delivery swung on and missed. Suko gets his 3rd strikeout. And things are done here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but not before Decorah gets 3 runs on 2 hits, helped out by 1 Husky error and 1 runner left. To the 4th inning we go. It's 4-0 Decorah. Had a 43-minute lightning/rain delay in the top of the 3rd inning. So far, Colin Nimrod has faced 11 batters, struck out 1, hit 2, hasn't walked anybody, and the ground balls are coming for Colin. 7 of the 9 men that have been retired via groundouts. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 due for the Huskies here in the fourth inning. Decorah leading by a 4-0 margin. Tanner Rising was hit by a pitch in the first inning. So no official at bat for Rising, who is 6 of 7 against Decorah pitching this year. First pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch low. 2 balls, no strikes on Tanner Rising. The 2-0 delivery swung on and missed at a curveball. The right arm goes up from home plate umpire Ryan Eklund. Nick Willenborg working the base pass. The 2-1 delivery, ground ball toward short. To his left is LaRue. Fields near the second base bag and throws on to first base to retire Rising. 1 down here in the fourth inning. I mentioned we did have a 43-minute delay. The one cell that was over the area was the only cell within 50 miles on radar. Tony Rex grounded to second his first time up, and the curveball doesn't curve, and Rex ducks out of the way of it. 1 ball, no strikes. So what weather we got, it was only going to be a single dump of rainfall instead of a double dump of rainfall or anything beyond that. The 1-0 delivery, curveball outside for 2 balls, no strikes. Four nothing Decorah in the top of the fourth inning. The pitch high again. It's 3 balls, no strikes now. 3-0. Fastball right down Broadway for a strike. And it's 3-1 on Tony Rex. Callan has kept pitch count pretty low to this point. This is only his 40th, and it's a 3-1 pitch, and it goes low to Tony Rex, ball 4. Callan has yet to give up a hit. He gave up 8 in the complete game victory in Game 1 down in Oelwein on the 9th of June. 1 on, 1 out, top of the fourth inning. Decorah leading 4-0. Austin Arndt will be the batter. A curveball hits the plate, and Qualley can't find it. It goes back to the screen. Qualley locates up to second on the wild pitch, Tony Rex. So Colin, who was pretty sharp in the early going of the game, all of a sudden have a little bit of a tough time finding the strike zone. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Austin Arndt. The pause by Nimrod, a look back at second, and the pitch is a fastball low. So now 2 balls and no strikes. 5 out of the last 6 pitches have missed from Nimrod. Make that 6 of the last 7. 2-0. Inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Missed low for 3 balls and 1 strike now. Three and 1 the count. The pause and the 3-1 delivery. A ground ball left field and a base hit. Rounding third, getting a stop sign is Tony Rex. Oelwein will have him at the corners with 1 down here in the fourth inning as the Huskies get their first base hit of the night. Rex third, Arndt first, Ethan Fink to the plate. Struck out looking in the second inning, 0 for 1. Huskies with their first scoring threat. In fact, Rex reached with 1 out. A wild pitch got him to second, and the single gets him to third. 4-0 Decorah, top of the fourth, but the Huskies with their first scoring threat. Nimrod fakes to third and first to see if anything's up on the base pass for the Huskies. The pitch swung on, fouled, first base side out of play. No balls, 1 strike on Ethan Fink. That's the first batter in the last 6 that Colin has actually gotten ahead of. He fakes to third and he fakes to first again. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch curveball hit towards third. Charging in is Dostal. A run will score as Dostal throws across the diamond to retire Fink for the second out of the inning. Rex scores. Arndt goes to second. 2 down in the inning for Kyle Wodraska, who grounded out to Nimrod in the bottom of the second inning. A lead at second by Austin Arndt. And the pitch from Nimrod is a curve for a strike on the outside edge. To the right hand hitting Wodraska. No balls and 1 strike. Colin comes set, looks back at second once. The 0-1 delivery, swinging a foul, right side out of play. Into the parking lot and over towards Lake Roberts. No balls and 2 strikes now. Nothing in 2 the count. The pause, a look back at second in the 0-2, swinging a foul right side and out of play. So we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes. Nimrod in for the sign from Qualley. Comes set, looks back at second, the 0-2. Breaking ball goes high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC, Decorah, and KDECradio.com. The 1-2 delivery, swinging a pop-up, foul territory right side. Marlowe under it near the Husky dugout on the first base side. He will make the catch to retire the side. Huskies get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors and 1 runner left. We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Decorah leads it by a 4-1 margin. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Decorah. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error for Oelwein thus far. The Vikings with 1 in the first and 3 in the third. They have already scored more runs tonight than they have in their 3 previous games combined. It's a good thing to see that offense get going against the Huskies tonight. Tyler Dostal, Trevor Phillips, and Colin Nimrod, the 2 hitters here in inning number 4 against Evan Suko. We got a win against Decorah the first time, but has given up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. No walks and 3 strikeouts for Suko thus far. Dostal stands in from the right-hand side of the plate. And the pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Dostal struck out looking in the second. Vikings have left a runner on per inning. They left 9 on the other night at Crestwood as Dostal bloops one out into right field. Woodward at second dives, can't get there. Dostal gets a leadoff single here in the 4th inning. 3rd time in 4 frames. Decorah has gotten its leadoff runner on. Dostal at first, nobody out. Trevor Phillips, the batter.
13, Trevor Phillips.
Phillips struck out swinging in the second, 0 for 1. Phillips getting the start in right field tonight. Rex even with the bag at third. Fink holds the runner on at first. Short lead there by Dostal. Phillips bunts, does so up the first base side. Fielded there by Suko. He throws to first base. Fink on the receiving end. Sacrifice complete, 1-3. Wasn't an easy play for Fink to handle at first base as Suko basically threw it into the runner. Fink, who has the right to the inside white base at first base, had to kind of reach around Phillips to record the put out. Runner at second, one down for Colin Nimrod. 4-1 Decorah here in the fourth. Colin takes one high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Colin singled and scored in the first, singled and scored again in the third. 1 ball, no strikes, and the 1-0 delivery. Here's a strike on the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. An RBI double by Marlowe in the first. And in the third inning, a LaRue 2-run double and an RBI ground out by Varney. That's how Decorah has its 4 to this point. Nimrod squares to bunt, pitch taken low. Rising able to block it. It caroms to his left, and Rising's ability to keep it in front of him prevented runner advancement. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Colin Nimrod. Away from second is Dostal. Suko comes to the pause, takes 2 looks at second, the 2-1. Bunted foul by Colin. I think he was trying to push bunt in that situation because Fink's playing back at first base, and unfortunately Colin couldn't get it between the chalk. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count with 1 down. The pause, a look back at second. Another look at second, the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball right field. Troy Rao angling towards line will make a 2-handed catch in medium depth right. Runner takes, throw to third base. Gets by the third baseman Rex, but Suko alertly backs up to prevent runner advancement. Dostal made it to third. Had the throw been on the money, it could have been interesting. Nimrod retired for the first time tonight. 2 down, runner at third for Jake Hubden.
In the batter's box, Jake Hubden.
Jake has sacrificed twice, once in the first, once in the third. He got on via a throwing error in the third and came home on the LaRue 2-run double. Decorah leads 4-1, bottom of the fourth inning, and the pitch to Hubden, a strike, 0-1. 4-5-0 for Decorah, 1-1-1 for the Huskies. 0-1 delivery. Pitch low, gets away from Rising. It caroms to his left, but Dostal was heading back to the bag by the time Rising got to it. A ball and a strike on Jake Hubden. Suko. A pause, a look at third, and the 1-1 hammered towards center field and deep, but Laddeberg in center misjudged it, and it lands in front of him. Hubden's heading to second. He will be in sliding with a double as Dostal scores. A misplay in center for the Huskies gives Decorah a 5-1 lead. Hubden ends up with his 4th double and adds to his team-leading RBI total. He now has 15 on the year. Laddeberg appeared under that one, and to be honest with you, he wasn't even close to it. Brett LaRue will stand in from the right-hand side of the plate, and the first pitch is high. LaRue had asked for time. It wasn't granted. It's 1 ball, no strikes the count on LaRue, who's popped a short in the first, doubled to knock in 2, and scored himself in the third inning. 1-0, the pause by Suko, belly high, and the pitch hammered towards left field, and that will be in for a base hit. Hubden will score easily. LaRue coming to second. The throw there, bobbled by Woodward. A double for LaRue, a 6-1 lead for Decorah. LaRue now 2 for 3, 2 doubles and 3 RBI. And Decorah with the 2 spot here in the 4th inning. And Jake Marlowe will look to continue the fun for the Vikings. Marlowe, an RBI double in the first, a hit by pitch in the third. Decorah has now scored 3 of its 6 runs with 2 outs. 6-7-0 for Decorah. 1-1-1 for the Huskies. Suko delivers. Pitch high to Marlowe. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, 7 hits for Decorah. And now 5 of them have been doubles. The 1-0 at the knees and for a strike to Marlowe. 1 ball, 1 strike. About 1 out of every 8 hits coming in on the season have been extra base hits for Decorah. They have had 5 of their 7 for extra bases tonight. 1-1, swinging a foul right side and out of play. Again, coming in, this is an offense that had only scored 3 runs in its last 3 games. And were held to 2 or less in 4 of their last 5 games. 1-2 with 2 down. The pitch to Marlowe. Hit towards center and a base hit. LaRue rounding third, and he'll get a stop sign from Coach Oelwein. Marlowe gets a 2-out single. That ball was pretty much directly at LaRue. It kind of froze him in his tracks. Marlowe gets a single. No action in the Husky bullpen. First and third. 2 down, 2 in, and the batter is Caleb Qualley. And now Coach Gerhardt will head out of the dugout and talk to his junior right-hander. Evan Suko gave up 6 hits against Decorah in his complete game victory. The 4-3 win in Game 2 of the doubleheader on June the 9th. He's given up 8, and now the Huskies will have action in their bullpen. It'll be Sam Myatt going down to the pen for the Huskies, as Coach Gerhardt makes the turn back to the first base Oelwein dugout. Runners at the corners with 2 down, and Caleb Qualley will be the batter. Qualley popped to first in the first, sacrificed a runner up in the third. The Vikes have scored in every frame except the second. Marlowe away from first, LaRue down the line from third. Suko comes to the pause. The pitch to Qualley is on the inside edge for a strike, 0-1. Marlowe away from first again. LaRue down the line from third. Suko comes set. The 0-1 delivery missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caleb, the 7th batter of the inning for Decorah. Vikes leading by a 6-1 margin here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-1 delivery low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Two and 1 the count with 2 down. The pitch swung on and a popped up left side. And that one will land on the roadway between the ball diamond and the jail. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. '81st pitch of the game for Suko right here. Deuce's wild offering to Qualley as a chopper towards short. Arndt will field, throw to first base. Qualley retired, inning done. But a profitable bottom of the 4th for Decorah. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. To the 5th we go. It's 6-1 Decorah. Top of the 5th inning we go. A 6-1 lead for Decorah. Colin Nimrod has thrown 51 pitches. Given up 1 hit, 1 run. He walked 1, he struck out 1, he's hit 2 to this point in the game. We had a 43-minute rain delay in the top half of the 3rd inning. Decorah got on the board first in the 1st inning. A Jacob Marlowe RBI double. They got 3 more in the 3rd, a 2-run double by LaRue. An RBI ground out by Varney. Ethan Fink with an RBI ground out in the top of the 4th for the Huskies to make it 4-1 at the time, but Decorah added 2 more with 2 outs in the 4th inning. A Jay Covden RBI double and Brett LaRue with an RBI double. 3 of the 6 runs have come with 2 outs as Woodward swings and fouls one at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Huskies up by 5. The 1-1 delivery to number 1. Nubbed up the third base side foul. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Woodward. Ryan and Ladeberg will follow here in the 5th. Pitch, curveball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Two. Curveball just missed inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Jonah Woodward. Collin kicks and deals the 3-2. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. And Nimrod gets his second strikeout. 1 down here in the 5th inning. Collin trying to win his 6th game of the year and his 2nd one against the Huskies.
Number 9 hitter,
Brennan Ryan was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. 1 down, nobody on here in the 5th inning of a 6-1 Decorah lead. The pitch swung on and missed. A good breaking ball. It's no balls and 1 strike. Oh-1. Fastball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Brennan Ryan. Nimrod ready. Curveball outside edge taken for strike 2. And it is no balls and 2 strikes. Nimrod has retired the leadoff batter in all 5 frames. 1-2 delivery. High and tight. And did that graze him? No, it got the bat. So it's ruled a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Remains on Brennan Ryan. Top of the order and Ladeberg on deck. Vikes leading by 5. Decorah currently sitting at the number 3 seed in the Class 3A Sub-State 3. The pairings came out yesterday. Curveball taken for strike 3. And Ryan down on strikes for the 3rd strikeout for Nimrod. 2 down, nobody on, and Jared Ladeberg will be the batter. He is 0 for 2, grounded to first in the 1st, lined out to center in the 3rd. That is the only out that has reached the outfield as ground ball goes to short. Playing the hop well was LaRue, throws on to first base. Ladeberg retired 6-3, as are the Huskies in the top of the 5th. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 5th we go. It is a 6-1 lead for Decorah. Decorah 6, Oelwein 1, starting the bottom half of the 5th inning. Gabe Varney will be the leadoff batter. He is 0 for 2 with a ground out to short in the 2nd and in the 3rd inning. The 3rd inning ground out did get a run home, though. Gabe swings and misses at a breaking ball from Suko. No balls and 1 strike. Suko still pitching for the Huskies. I miscounted on the pitches for Suko. This is number 78 of the game as the pitch goes outside. 1 ball and 1 strike count. Sinkink and Dostal to follow in the 5th. Suko with the 1-1, swinging a pop-up foul. 3rd base side, Tony Rex near the Decorah dugout and foul territory from his 3rd base position will make the catch. 1 down here in the 5th inning. In the 3 innings, Decorah has gotten their leadoff runner on. They have scored The one inning to this point that they didn't was the only goose egg in the line score as Sinkink looks at the first pitch high, 1 ball, no strikes. Andy doubled in the second and struck out swinging in the third. One of 3 strikeout victims for Suko on the night. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch swung on, driven towards left field. Retreating is Brennan Ryan. He's near the fence, he's under it, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Andy gave that baby a ride. It ends up nothing but an F7 in the scorebook. So 2 down in the inning for Tyler Dostal, who struck out looking in the second. Singled and scored in the 4th inning. Suko delivers, and the pitch outside to Dostal. Suko has yet to have a perfect inning tonight. 1-0. Hit towards second on a couple of hops and a roll to Woodward. He'll throw on to Fink at first base, and the side is out here in the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down. In the bottom of the 5th, we go to the top of the 6th. It's 6-1 Decorah. Colin Nimrod working on a 1-hitter through 5 innings. Decorah leads it 6-1 as we're entertained by the always lovely tones of Bruno Mars in between innings. 2, 3, and 4 for the Huskies here in the 6th. Troy Rao is grounded to Brett LaRue at short in the 1st and the 3rd. Colin throws his 64th pitch. It's on the inside edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. Decorah will be off until Tuesday night when they travel to walk on for a doubleheader. 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The home game's getting short. Waterloo Columbus next Wednesday night, a home game, and then 3 more after that. The 1-1 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes en route. On the 7th, they'll take on Clayton Ridge. The 8th, they'll take on West Delaware. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the pitch. Swung on fly ball center field, relatively deep. Retreating is Jake Upton. He'll make a 2-handed catch about 30 feet in front of the Blue Munster. And Rao retired, 1 down here in the 6th inning. Tanner Rising has been hit by a pitch and grounded to short in the 1st and the 4th innings, respectively. Rising 0 for 1 officially. Nimrod has retired the leadoff batter in every frame now as Rising bunts and bunts foul. No balls and 1 strike to count. Nimrod back to the hill. The kick and the deal, and the curveball smacked towards left and a base hit. So Rising with a 1-out single, only the 2nd hit for Oelwein. On the night for Rising, that is his 7th hit this season against Decorah pitching. 1 on, 1 out for Tony Rex. Grounded to 2nd in the 1st, walked and scored in the 4th. The only walk for Nimrod has led to the only run being scored for Oelwein. Move to first base, back to the bag, diving is Rising. Rex, the right-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. A curveball is swung on and missed. It's no balls and 1 strike. Oelwein with only 2 conference wins, but they're the only team to knock off the conference-leading New Hampton Chickasaws. New Hampton and Waverly tied in the loss column. New Hampton 10-1, Waverly 9-1. Bloopers shallow right coming on is Trevor Phillips. He will make the catch back to first. Will go Rising. 2 down here in the 6th inning. The batter will be Austin Arndt. 6-1 Decorah. Arndt grounded to 2nd in the 2nd inning and single to left in the 4th. Coming into tonight, In fact, New Hampton and Waverly, the only teams with winning records in conference play coming into tonight. Curve for a strike, nothing in one. New Hampton at 10-1, Waverly Shorrock at 9-1. Decorah and Charles City tied for third, both with 5-6 records. Crestwood's 3-7, Oelwein 2-5, walk-on 0-8. Swinging a foul back, it's nothing in two. Waverly Shellrocks down at the West Des Moines Valley Tournament this weekend. The other games tonight, Charles City walk-on and New Hampton and Crestwood in league play. 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike three. Collin gets his fourth strikeout. One hit, one left in the top of the sixth. Bottom of the sixth we go. It is a Decorah lead of 6-1. Trevor Phillips stands in from the right-hand side of the plate to start the bottom of the sixth. He'll take a curve for a strike from Suko. No balls and one strike. Suko has retired 4 in a row. He had a perfect bottom of the fifth inning. Decorah leads it 6-1 as we play the bottom of the sixth as Phillips swings and misses. It is no balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order, Nimrod and Hovden to follow. Top of the order has been effective tonight, so the Viking offense has been effective. That one in on the hands, and Phillips muscles it back and out of play. No balls, 2 strikes, the count remains. The top of the order, a combined 5 for 7 tonight with 3 doubles as Phillips swings and pops one up on the infield. Woodward, the second baseman, a step onto the outfield grass near the second base bag, will make the catch for the first out here in the sixth inning. 1 down, nobody on. Colin Nimrod is 2 for 3. Decorah leads it by a 6-1 margin. Nimrod singled and scored in the first, singled and scored in the third, and flew out to right in the fourth. Suko hits Nimrod. A curveball that didn't curve. Nimrod on for the third time tonight. 1 on, 1 out. That ends a string of 5 in a row. Set down by Evan Suko. 1 on, 1 out. Hovden a sacrifice in the first. Sacrifice reached on an error and scored in the third. Doubled to knock in a run and scored himself in the fourth inning. So he's officially 1 for 1. A move to first base, back to the bag. Diving is Nimrod. Nimrod, another lead eventually here at first base. Five of the 8 hits for Decorah has come from the top of the order as Jake looks at a strike outside edge. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Hovden. Another move to first base. That one a bit closer of a play, and Nimrod back to the dive, back to the bag, diving again. Oh, 1 swung on, popped up third base side. Rex will go over, but it lands on the roof of the third base Decorah dugout, so it's nothing in 2. Now on Jake. Nimrod, good lead at first base, held on by Fink. Suko comes set. Nimrod takes off. 0-2 pitch, high throw down to second base. Collin in with a head first slide, his 6th steal of the season. 1-2 now on Hovden, and he'll bat with a runner in scoring position. The pause, a look back at second, and the 1-2 delivery is low in the dirt, rising with a nice stop. Nimrod will now get a courtesy runner out at second base. and that will be Korsnes.
Running at second base,
Cam Korsnes will run at second, count even at 2. On the number 2 hitter in the Decorah lineup, Jake Hovden. Righty-righty matchup. And the pitch swung on a ground ball left side and a base hit. Korsnes hits third base, gets a stop sign there from Coach O. Second hit of the night for Jake Hovden. Runners at the corners, one down for Brett LaRue. He's had a very nice night.
next, Brett LaRue.
With the stick, 2 for 3, 2 doubles, 3 RBI, 1 run scored. LaRue now with 12 RBI on the season. He has tied Colin Nimrod for second on the squad in that category, behind Jake Hovden's 15. Hovden stays put as LaRue rips one down the left field line, and it's a fair ball. Korsnes scores easily. Hovden stops at third. Another double for Brett LaRue. A 7-1 lead for Decorah. A 4 RBI night for the Decorah shortstop. He came in with 3 doubles on the season, and he has 3 doubles tonight. Coach Jason Gerhardt out to talk to Suko in his infield and battery as Decorah leads it now by a 7-1 margin. Doubles have been wild tonight. 10 hits for the Vikings, 6 of them have been 2-baggers. Again, if you compare that to the rest of the year, approximately 1 out of every 8 hits have been an extra base hit for Decorah coming in. And the Huskies are going to bring in a new pitcher. We'll tell you about him here in a moment. Sam Mayotte is the new Husky pitcher. This will be his first varsity outing of the year. It's a straight-up change. And it won't affect the batting order because Suko was getting hit for by the designated hitter Woodraska. 6 doubles, 4 singles, 10 hits overall, and 7 runs scored for Decorah. The Viking offense with twice as many runs scored tonight as they've had in the last 2 games, as ripping one into left center field is Marlowe for a base hit. Hovden will score. LaRue coming to the plate. He will score. It's a 9-1 lead for Decorah. And now a 3 RBI night for Jake Marlowe. Marlowe gets 2 runs home on a base hit to left field. And it's an 8-run advantage for Decorah. As Marlowe now with 13 RBI on the season, LaRue now with 13, Hovden with 15, and Nimrod with 12. Caleb Qualley looks the first one on the outside edge for a strike. Qualley popped to first in the first, sacrificed a runner-up in the third, and grounded to short in the fourth. 0-1 delivery, curveball swung on and missed. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Mayotte on in relief of Suko, and that with Hovden and LaRue scoring on that last play, that closes the book on Suko. Ground ball towards second, picked up there by Woodward, goes to second for 1. Throw to first is not in time, so a fielder's choice, 4-6. Marlowe retired at second, Qualley at first, and Joe Kanoki will get Qualley's courtesy at first base as Gabe Varney will look to keep the inning going. It's a 9-1 lead for Decorah. 4 RBI on the night for LaRue, 3 for Marlowe. 2 hits and 3 runs scored for Hovden on the night as well. Gabe Varney 0 for 3. He does have an RBI ground out. Decorah out hitting Oelwein 11-2. They've scored in every frame except the second and the fifth. Ground ball up the middle. Backhand stop made by Woodward. He'll give an underhand toss to Arndt to retire Kanoki at second, and that's that here in the sixth inning. 3-run score on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. Vikes will look to close it out. Next, they lead it by a 9-1 margin. 9-1 Decorah with the lead. Colin Nimrod looking for his second win over Oelwein and his 6th win of the season. He's given up 2 hits, hit 2, walked 1, and struck out 4. He's only had 2 of his 6 innings that have been 1-2-3 innings. So the Huskies have had their fair share of base runners, but Colin has made the key pitch when it counts, as Ethan Fink will start things in the 7th inning with the Huskies trailing by 8. Fink fouls one up the first base side. No balls, 1 strike. Fink struck out looking in the second and had an RBI ground out in the 4th. Nimrod has retired the leadoff man in every frame. The 0-1 delivery is a curveball outside for 1 ball, 1 strike. Colin ready to throw his 77th pitch of the night. 1-1 delivery, a fastball up, 2 balls, 1 strike. Colin's 3 losses have been to the 2 teams with 1 loss in the conference. New Hampton and Waverly. Pitch swung on, popped up on the infield. A few steps now into the outfield grass. Hovden comes in from his center field position to make a 2-handed catch for the first out here in the 7th. 1 down, nobody on for Kyle Wodraska. Grounded to Nimrod in the first, foul to Marlowe in the 3rd. Or rather, grounded to Nimrod in the 2nd and fouled Marlowe in the 4th. 9-1 Decorah. Brett LaRue, 4 RBIs. Jake Marlowe with 3 RBIs. Hovden 2 for 2 and has scored 3 runs as an RBI. Curveball for a strike for Wodraska. No balls and 1 strike. Colin Nimrod 2 for 3. He's scored 3 runs as well. 8 of the 9 runs have been scored by the top 3 in the order. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike again. Those top 3 seniors have kind of set the tone for Decorah. The 1-1 delivery. Curveball, he went. According to the home plate umpire, Ryan Eklund, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 down, inning number 7. Decorah out hitting Oelwein 11-2. Curveball, ooh boy, just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. We did have a 43-minute rain delay / lightning delay in the top of the 3rd. The pitch swung on, smack towards left center field. After it is Cole Minks, leaps and makes the catch. Cole got a very nice jump on that ball and took away perhaps an extra base hit from Kyle Wodraska. 2 down, nobody on for Jonah Woodward. Grounded to 3rd in the 3rd, struck out swinging in the 5th. This pitch goes low. 1 note I haven't gotten to tonight. Got a text message from Bob Lynch today who told me about this one. 25 years ago tonight was the first ever night game at this stadium. I know that was a long effort to raise funds to get lighting at this stadium, but first ever night game was on June 26th of 1990. Hard to believe it's been 25 years of night baseball here in Decorah. Just a few years ago, Walk-On became the final school in the Northeast Iowa Conference to put lights. So the good old days of the 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock doubleheaders, long gone. The 2-0 delivery swing and a little number up the 3rd base side. Nimrod off the mound to field. He'll throw to first base, and the throw pulled Marlowe off the bag. So Woodward on the swinging bunt keeps the inning alive, and Brennan Ryan will be the batter. Ryan hit by a pitch in the third, struck out looking in the fifth.
Number 9 hitter, Brandon Ryan.
Just got a Twitter message that a few people are having fun listening to the ball game. The first pitch, strike, 0-1. Good thing the rain no longer coming down to keep the fire going. The pitch swung on and fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Ryan. Nimrod trying to close the door on the Vikings' 12th win of the season. 0-2 with 2 down. 0-2 delivery, fastball up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vikes will be off until Tuesday, so they won't even have practice until Monday. No Sunday night practice with no Monday game. The 1-2 delivery, curveball, strike 3, and that's a Viking victory. Decorah defeats Oelwein tonight by a count of 9-1. 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 6 left for Decorah. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 5 left for Oelwein. Colin Nimrod, the winning pitcher, he's now 6-3. He throws a 2-hitter, walking 1 and striking out 5. Losing pitcher Evan Suko, he drops to 3-2. So the Vikings are now 12-9 on the season, 6-6 in Northeast Iowa Conference play. Oelwein drops to 6-11 overall and 2-6 in conference play. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible tonight. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Viking fans, we know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, a 9-1 victory for Decorah. We'll be with you from walk-on Tuesday afternoon for a Northeast Iowa Conference baseball doubleheader between the Vikings and the Indians. Our coverage will begin at approximately 5:30. So for our entire KDEC sports team, for the moral support and rain delay theater king, Elliot Christian, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from Olensack Field. Vikes win at 9-1. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We'll talk to you Tuesday afternoon. Have yourselves a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen.